Welcome to the second episode of the Incubator Code. My name is Kulani. I'm a senior software developer working for a consulting firm based in San Francisco. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the benefit and the challenges when it comes to pair programming. The misconception about pair programming are you're paying two developers to do a job of one. Or what other developers say is, well, I work better and I work faster on my own, so the other person is just slowing me down. What people don't understand is the benefit of pair programming is long-term. And it really contributes to your team's culture and your team's morale. So what are the benefits of pair programming? The clear benefit of pair programming is knowledge sharing. This ensures that you have more people in your team that understand multiple subjects and domains. And by doing so, you eliminate the knowledge silos or the old-fashioned job security. I remember I worked for this client where there was only one person understood how one system that hold the entire company together. Can you imagine how much risk that is? Benefit number 2, pair programming is the easiest way to gain more experience on different technologies and to get more familiar with the code base. Benefit number 3, in pair programming, two brilliant minds are coming together to solve a problem, which tend to produce a high quality code and less chance of mistakes and defects. Another benefit of pair programming is it ensures that you don't struggle on your own. I personally feel that this benefit is underestimated, but as you're starting out, there's so many things that you don't know and there's so many things that you need help on. So it's really nice to pair with somebody that is familiar with the code and familiar with the code base. Benefit number 5, I think pair programming is the easiest way to gain core skills or soft skills such as communication skills, problem solving skills, and team collaboration. Another benefit of pair programming is faster onboarding process. In my team, it takes less than a week to onboard a person. You learn on the job, and there's so many benefits that you get from that. Pair programming really improves your team culture and your team morale. So work is no longer a place where you go to get a paycheck, but it's a place where you feel accepted, encouraged, and empowered to do better. And as a developer, I feel that another clear benefit of pair programming is it lessens the time of code review. So the second developer automatically becomes a reviewer of the code. Of course, there's no such thing as a perfect system. So let's look at what are the challenges of pair programming. As a developer, I feel that pair programming can be very, very exhausting. And depending on your personality type, pair programming can be very, very draining. So a few tips that really works for me are make sure you take breaks often and don't pair for 8 hours straight. The second challenge of pair programming is power dynamic, because people are set in their ways. Just because you've been working for a company for longer, it doesn't mean you know everything. And just because somebody is new to the code base or new to programming, it doesn't mean they lack experience or stupid. When you see a power dynamic issue when pairing, make sure you raise that. And you want to be careful when giving that feedback because you don't want to be labeled as somebody who is very difficult to work with. The other challenge of pair programming is pairing with a lot of unknowns, and this happens a lot when we have the unstructured pairing that we talked about on the previous video. So you need to make sure that you really pay attention to the skill level combination when you're deciding on the pairs. The fourth challenge we're going to be talking about today is context switching. Context switching is really, really expensive for a developer, and that's why I hate meetings. In my current team, we do pair rotations twice a week, and that means you have to leave a task before completion. I love closure, and I love the feeling and the satisfaction of completing a task. And with pair programming, you may not get that most of the time because you may be required to jump off a task before it completes. And I guess in pair programming, it's all about team effort, not individualism. And you just need to gain just that understanding. Pairing requires vulnerability. You need to be comfortable to say, I don't know. And you need to be open to feedback. You need to be open to somebody telling you that your code is bad and your code smells bad. Actually, let me give you an example of how to tell somebody that the code sucks politely. Yeah. That's an interesting way to solve that. What do you mean? Well, I mean, just when I thought that's the worst you can get, you just keep surprising me. That's all. No, don't worry. We can refactor when we're done writing tests. I don't think refactoring can solve that. I think we may need a garbage collector. Dude, that code smells so bad, even flies are staying away from it. Where did you learn to code? Bootcamp? Online. Oh, self-taught, huh? I said no. HR! Just kidding. Don't do that. So the next challenge of pair programming is watching the master. So we touched base on this on the previous video where we talk about the toe guard combination style, where you have a more experienced person driving and the less experienced person being the navigator. And the less experienced person, they turn to just watch what the other person is doing because they are more experienced. The last challenge we're going to be talking about today is hygiene. Yes, I said it. I was so mind blown to find out that most people shower on occasion. Meanwhile, I'm thinking it's a daily exercise. There is nothing worse than spending 40 hours a week with somebody that smells like a dumpster. No offense. So here are a few tips. Please shower regularly when you're going to pee, and please brush your teeth. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you like this video, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment below and tell me what are the challenges that you have faced and what are the benefits that you've seen when you are pair programming in your team. So I will see you guys in the next video, and in the next video we're going to be talking about the best practices and also looking at some remote pairing tips. So